For most of my 20s and 30s, I ate what I like to call the window diet. Roll the window down and they hand you food. Basically a junk food diet. 50 pounds overweight, your classic couch potato, hurtling into middle age on a crash course with chronic lifestyle illness. It all came to a head on the eve of my 40th birthday. I finished a bag of cheeseburgers on the couch, and as I started to nod off and decided it was time to go to bed, I had to pause up a simple flight of stairs. I was winded, out of breath, tightness in my chest, and really fear in my heart. It was an early signal that I was definitely en route to having a cardiac issue. I knew in that moment that I needed to make not just some kind of slight lifestyle change, like, oh, I should go to the gym or eat better, but I needed to do something drastic and immediate. I embarked on a 7-day fruit and vegetable juice cleanse. For the first couple days, I remember being buckled over on the couch, just feeling absolutely horrible. About 4 or 5 days into it, that veil started to lift. My energy levels went through the roof, and by day 7, I felt like a completely new person. That's when it occurred to me to experiment with getting rid of all the animal products on my plate and also stop messing around with all of these processed foods. I actually had to go outside and start exercising again just to burn off all of this excess energy that was buzzing through my body. The pounds were melting away seemingly effortlessly, and I was getting stronger and faster with each successive week without even really trying. My whole life I've been taught beef is what's for dinner, milk does a body good, and yet in just a mere matter of months, I was feeling incredible without the very foods I've been told my entire life are essential to being healthy and, of course, absolutely critical to performing as an athlete. So my whole world was upside down. And that's what led me to start to question these limits that I had put on myself, this idea of who I thought I was and what I was capable of. And that ultimately led me to the world of ultra endurance sports. An ultimate test of challenging the outer limits of my mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual capabilities. In my first outing at Ultraman, I was the second fastest American and 11th overall, and then in 2009, I was the fastest American and 6th overall in the world in that event. I consider my plant-based diet to be my secret weapon. Eating a whole food plant-based diet is incredibly alkaline forming and anti-inflammatory. And what that does is it allows your body to repair itself in response to exercise-induced stress more rapidly than if you're eating foods that are more acid-forming and inflammation-provoking. I can train harder, I can train longer, and I can bounce back more quickly. There's this idea that you're going to be nutrient deficient, that it's going to be very time-consuming, that it's going to be expensive. None of this is true. Plants contain all the protein that you need, all the micronutrients, the phytonutrients, the minerals, and the vitamins that your body requires to perform at your peak as an athlete. Heart disease, diabetes, obesity are killing people all across the globe. These chronic lifestyle illnesses are completely preventable and quite often reversible through some very simple diet and lifestyle alterations. Animal agriculture is actually the #1 culprit when it comes to almost every single man-made environmental ill on the planet. Everything from ocean dead zones to species extinction to carbon emissions to land use to water pollution to water use. We're devastating the rainforest at the rate of 1 to 2 acres every second. It's incumbent upon us to find a better way of feeding the planet, a way that is more ethically sound, that respects our animal friends with whom we share this planet, and helps preserve our planet's precious resources. If you make this choice to change your plate, it will change who you are. It will change how you are. And it holds this great potential to change the world.